from Cash the Chaos joining in. Jai, we saw a bit of a rally all the way to a record high in the previous week, and the last week, the week thereafter it was a lot of profit taking. Point to point on a 2-week basis, we were absolutely unchanged. Now as things stands, what are your thoughts on the market, and where do you think are the risks and the opportunities?
Yeah, good to be here, Mangalam. See, the market is trying to build a theme, in my opinion, into food, clothing, and chemicals. Not shelter, food, clothing, and chemicals. And we'll get to that in a bit. But whereas support for the Nifty comes at about 24,770, which it tried to break in the previous session, but just touched it on an intraday basis and recovered from there. And as I pointed out last time, weak seasonality is the headwind for the market. And also, I pointed out on 20th of August that Reliance coming rejection from 3,100 will also be a problem pocket for the market. So the market is doing that. Reliance has come off from 3,100 and trading at about 2,900 and change. So that's the headwind for the market. But as long as 24,770 is protected, the market seems to be in a safe spot. Once 24,770 gets taken out, we're likely to see the market drop somewhere close to 23,800, and the volatility is likely to kick in further.
So then, on the downside, what levels, Jai?
Yeah, after 24,770, I'm anticipating the market to go back and test the August lows of 23,800 and change, and that is an intermediate support at 24,400. So that's the midway point, it's a stop for the market. And likewise for the banking index, as long as it stays above 5,800, it seems okay. But the banking index is shade weaker. The only strong stock, in my opinion, is ICICI. Like I pointed out last Tuesday, it was not a breakout, and the markets have behaved in a weaker fashion, particularly the banking sector. So only above 51,960, you can see strength in the banking sector.
51,960. We're at about 51,300 at this point in time. And the recent swing high was 51,750. And you're watching 51,960 here as far as the banking sort of breakout is concerned. Okay, all right, got it. Now, just a quick word on the US indices as well. Jai, what's your sense, both the S&P and the NASDAQ?
Yeah, if the NASDAQ were to bounce, it must bounce today. It's come to a very important support and pause over there. The S&P has got a support somewhere about 5,300. So probably, if the markets were to crack, it's going to crack today. If it were to recover, it's going to recover today. So it's going to be a very important session for me. So watching it very closely. Still with the view that there is one final higher high pending for the S&P. May not be for the NASDAQ because there's tremendous amount of weakness in the stocks indices. So it might be the new high for S&P, or if there's a new high for NASDAQ, it might be a new high that falters. So,
all right.
So probably the last leg of the move for the US markets.
All right. Thank you for joining in. Just hang in there. We'll come back to you after market close in our special Markets Forward.